Hi everybody, Gary Rolfe here again. We've come today to look at a BMW M6 Grand Coupe that a client has asked me to sell on their behalf. I've popped along just to take a look round the car, see what I actually need to do before I can present it to the buying public, really. But firstly, could I just say thank you for everybody that has sort of looked at the videos, subscribed, liked. If you can subscribe, that'd be great. It helps us, and you know, we'll put more videos together which will hopefully help yourselves. Anyway, let's have a look at this BMW M6. So car's finished in Silverstone, you know, good colour for this. I mean, the great thing with this vehicle, it's got the competition pack. It's £5,500 on top of the purchase price standard, so a good option to have. We'll talk about the options as we walk around that gives you, but good spec this car. But anyway, let's have a look here. These 20-inch double spokes are part of the competition pack. It's got some very light curbing and a bit of oxidisation on it where the bubbles get underneath the lacquer. I would advise the client that we do these, that it's a big option on the car, sets the car off. You know, cost £90 each. Put them all together, it looks fantastic. The back of the wheel all comes back like brand new as well, where the brake duster's been, so it looks like it's off the shelf from BMW, and it's worth doing. Also, you know, this has all got the correct tyres on, Pilot, Michelin Sports. You know, you would just do the wheels just to finish it off, and then once they're all back on, we would just get some matte black and just touch these wheel nuts in, just so it finishes it back off and sets it all off. So that's that. All good through the sides. I've done the, you you do this, have a look through, just see if it's got any ding dents. The ding dents you pick up when you just park your car and leave it on its own in a car park and some kind person opens up the door. But there's nothing on it like that. It's all good. This back wheel, again, oxidisation. It's not horrible, but I would do it. You know, it's all about the presentation, and for the cost of doing these, it just sets the car off, just makes it different from other stuff that's out there on the market. As somebody that's selling cars, you want to be ahead, you know, in both spec of what you're selling, but how you present the car, you know. So come round the back here, no obvious scuffs or anything like that, no obvious paintwork. Obviously round the back end part, again, the competition pack is you get these sports exhausts, look great, sound great. Got a little carbon fibre under tray here, again, competition pack, helps the car to sell. You know, spec is king on all of these cars. You know, the more prestigious, the more spec is important. Okay, so let's have a look in the boot here, see what it's like. So, you know, boot lining's all good. It's not all been knocked around. It's, you know, good and sharp. That's the word, really, sharp, you know, to make sure it's nice. Always a little bit tricky getting in underneath here, but you can if you put it up. Still got all of its original sound deadening. You know, it's all together and as it left the factory, which is what I expect, to be honest, with this car. But it's nice. It's in good order, you know, sort of thing that if you want to own one, it's one to own. So all good. Just have a look in here, just see if there's any evidence of paintwork. It picks up on these edges where it comes through, but it's all in nice condition, all like new, to be honest with you, which is lovely. No scuffs across here from loading. All nice here, underneath this cant rail. All good. It's as it should be. It's a really nice car up to this point. Okay, so I'm going to have a look around this corner, just pick up little scrapes, but it's all good, all nice, all good there. Have a look in here, see if there's any horrible masking marks where it's been painted, but it hasn't. Happy with that, excellent. Wheel has oxidisation and curbing around it, but we'd do all four, and that's what I recommend. Tyres, while we're here, looked at the other tyres on the other side, all good. Again, matching tyres, which is important on this car. Michelin Pilots all round. and all well within the wear markers, which you can feel in between the treads, all well above them, so all really good. So a few little marks just through this sill section right at the bottom. They have been touched in before. I wouldn't do anything about that. We'd just leave that, point it out to a prospective buyer, but it's part of the patina of the car. It's a 2017. It isn't going to stop anybody from buying the car, so that's good really. This door, all good. No ding dents, marks, scratches. Just ready for valeting really, you know, proper valet. Just get the tar off of it, a little bit of tar spotting here, but nothing much, nothing that the valeter wouldn't do. That's really good. So here into the front driver's door, again we're all good, no ding dents, bit of tar spotting through the bottom, comes off with a valet. Here there's a teeny little chip. You certainly wouldn't paint the door for it. You just get the paint, touching paint from BMW itself, and just touch them in. A couple of little ones on the door edge. But apart from that, this door is all good. Back of the mirrors, good. Okay, so here into the front wing, we're all good. No chipping up here, which quite often they pick up. But all good here. This, incredibly, is the only wheel that hasn't been curved. It's in good order, but you would do all four, as we've said, because it would just set the car off. Yeah, tread's all good, well above the wear markers, which is excellent. Again, as I said, they're matching Pilot Sport, Michelin, perfect. Okay, to the front valance here, a few little chips. You'd expect it. It's 43,000 miles. It's a 17 plate car, but nothing untoward, nothing I would advise that needs paint work or anything. It's not going to adjust the retail valuation of the vehicle. And in a way, a few little chips shows that the car is original here for me. You know, that's what people want. They don't want cars that are all, you know, as we say, been got at and made to look pretty when they're not. All good through this area here, no chips as such, just little feathering, little one here, little here. Again, you wouldn't paint them, you'd only touch them in. I wouldn't be advising anybody to paint these. It would spoil the car rather than enhance it, and it won't change the value of what we can ask for at retail, so there's no point doing it. Look at the gaps, have a look along here. Gap all good between bonnet and wing, bonnet and nose cone, all runs true as it should, perfect. Bonnet and wing this side, all perfect, all good. So sits all square as it should do. But let's have a look under the bonnet and see what it looks like underneath there. So amazingly clean actually underneath here, but it has been well maintained, this vehicle, without any expenses spared, so that's excellent. Again, we look, as we've done before, at the stickers on backs of lights, make sure none of these have been replaced. No obvious signs of leaks or anything, which, you know, this engine fills the whole bay. There's no room to really look around, but it's all good. Original stickers here, just things that you look for, but it's exactly what I'd expect this to be with the person that owns it. It's just a nice car. It's been looked after and loved, which is great. And things that tell me if a car's been looked after and loved are things like 4 matching tyres, not budget or some replacement. You know, he's put pilots back on there, or Michelin pilots if you like. That just tells me everything about the person that owned this car. Okay, so that's the outside of the car looked at. It's a great car. It's been well looked after, fastidious owner, perfect. Let's have a look at the inside of the vehicle and see how that shapes up. So while we're here, this car, competition pack, it's got a carbon fibre roof. It's fantastic. Just want to make sure there's no splitting or anything, but it's very rare and it's good, but it's a nice option. So here with the door open, we just look at the door shut. Again, all the stickers are here, correct. Yeah, you don't want to see this all scuffed. If this was all scuffed away, I would say to the client, let's just get a new one, but that's perfectly acceptable. Even here, it's not all been kicked and got at. These bolsters, all in good order. This isn't a mistreating thing, but they all wear a little bit, but we get the colonizer guy that I know just to wipe this over so it makes that look like new basically, but the actual seats are in great condition. Okay, so let's have a sit in the car. I mean, fantastic here. Again, carbon fibre here. Within cockpits they can get chipped if people are not looking after them, but it's all in lovely order. It's perfect. So have the spec here, how it left the factory, and options for this car. Competition package, massive, £5,500, but a really good option to have. You know, it increases the power output, sports exhaust, as we mentioned as we walk around, steering, sports suspension, fantastic, driving assist, lane change, park distance, reversing assist camera, surround view, i.e. 3D cameras, so that's perfect. Multifunction seats, front, another big option, 1,865. Seat heating to the front was standard, but rear not, and it's got rear heated seats, which is good. Exterior mirror folding, automatically dimming. The folding part is great, I think, in the day and age where we live in roads that are narrow with loads of traffic. 695. Model designation, took that off, 560. Heated steering wheel. It's got the 20-inch M double spokes, but that came with a competition pack anyway. Part of that. Just then a nice spec thing to have, you know. It's got the merino extended leather, so it runs up all over onto the dashboard here in this car. And half leather, half Alcantara suede at the top here. It's lovely, really nice cockpit to sit in actually. It's great with that grey centre running through it. But spec sells cars, so when buying them, you want to try and buy the best spec you can possibly afford for your budget. You know, that's what retains your some of our money in a second-hand vehicle when you come to sell it again. But in super condition in here, all the leather's good, sharp, clean. He hasn't abused it, it's not all scuffed. I mean, this is all leather running through here. If it's not looked after and people are a bit sloppy with it, it starts to look tatty, but it's in beautiful condition. So that's really good news for me, because when I get a client that's come to see it and they open up this door, having walked around the body, which would be perfect by the time we've done the wheels, you know, it's impressive in here. It's lovely. So before I take it out for a drive, I just want to go through the service history here. Modern car, it's all kept on the computer within the car, so no service books. Come into this vehicle status, service history. Let's just have a look at this. It's a little bit out of sync, but that's only because it's been done by independents at times. But let's just go through it. So serviced at 7 miles, had the running in service at 1,212, which we spoke about before, but it's important that it's there before the 1,500 mile mark with M powered BMWs. Next service at 5,675. Next service 8854, 18668, 27130, 35426. And then at the bottom here, the service, which I've already mentioned in this video, and an MOT, 12th of the 4th, 24. So let's just have a look at that, see what was done, because that's the most up to date and only 1,000 miles ago. So engine oil, yeah. Micro filter, yes. Vehicle check service carried out, yes. So MOT, a big service really for this car, I suppose. So all good there. You know, older cars will still have a service book, but most modern cars now, they've taken that away, and they just keep the history and everything else on the computer of the car. You can go through front brake pads, see when they're so 1,400 miles. We may well have to do that. I'll have a look at that on a PDI, pre-delivery inspection, once it's sold. Always do that once I have a deposit on a car. I put them through a pre-delivery inspection with a mechanic I've used for 20 plus years, and if he says it needs doing, it needs doing. So just check that to eliminate any problems. Rear pads, again, 1,400 miles, so they're getting low. Wouldn't send them out without vehicle inspection. We know that's been done. 5th, 25th MOT, that is. Engine oil, we know that's been done. 15,000 miles. Brake fluid, next change due latest by stated date the 5th 2026. 30,000 miles until the next vehicle inspection. So service history is all good. Let's drive and see how it feels. This car has got a semi-automatic manual gearbox, and I'm just going to start driving this car in the normal drive, get me home from work setting, to make sure that it goes through the gearbox okay. If they're going to show problems, it's normally in normal drive mode. And just driving it normally, making sure it goes through the gearbox when and where it should, without any sudden jerks, like somebody's pushing the back of the car and pushing you forward. We don't want any of that. But it's absolutely smooth. It works really great. Get it to drop on the gearbox. Come back. Yeah, it's all smooth, it's all good. So then that part's complete. We're happy with that. But now we put it into sport mode, where we can drive it on the paddles, but we can also drive it on a plus and minus on the gear, but on the gear lever too. So into sport, still sitting in 7, into 6, 4th. 4.4 V8, 560 brake horsepower, amazing car. The car feels absolutely fantastic. It's got so much power. You drive it on the paddle, it's, you know, like a racing car, really good. Going to swing round here, still going to keep it in manual and use the paddles just to drop it down as you would drop a manual car, back down through the gearbox. Wait with this, see how this behaves first. I want to change this quickly. So it's instant, which is good. They can hold in gear, just don't want to change. It's perfectly good. Excellent. So here we come to the gear lever and use that to change up into 7, 6, 5. It just eats the road, this car, amazing. So we're all good. Put that back into drive. Just going to run through here the suspension settings and the steering settings. So you've got 3 options on the suspension. So we've got Sport Plus, firms the car up. Got an intermediate Sport, just alters the ride, and comfort, get you home from work mode. Perfect. So we'll try the steering settings. We're in comfort here. Sport just firms it up, and then Sport Plus, you can barely move it. All settings work there. And then throttle response, inefficient at the moment. I just go through things, obviously, that the buying public will go through. So here we go. Sport here, Sport Plus, and accelerate it within reason. Okay, so then let's just drive this car back as you would do day to day, just to make sure there's no anti-roll bar knocking, suspension knocks, anything like that. You're just going to drive along on the bypass here, 70 miles an hour. Just listen to it. I'm going to put everything back into comfort mode here. Feels great, good and tight as it should do. Doesn't want to wander anywhere. Has a new set of tyres on this car, so it should drive in a straight line, which it does. Perfect. No annoying wind noises through windows or gaps in doors. They're all things that when I go out on a test drive with a client, they're driving it and they'll be the first to say, oh, is that a wind noise? With these sort of cars, you always get road noise. You know, they're great big tyres, they're an out and out sports car, although this has got 4 doors, but it drives really well. Okay, so that's the drive over and done with. It drives great, everything works properly, perfect. So now really down to price and what I'm going to recommend to my client that we advertise it for. I've looked at the market on this car. There's cars out there with lesser spec. This has got a massive spec, it really does help it. Give or take, this car, £33,500. There's no point advertising cars £2,000 more than the market. That's obviously we all know that, whatever we're doing, whether it's houses, we all want to go for the high price. But then you're phoning the estate agent or me saying, why haven't you sold my car? It's because you wouldn't let me advertise it at the correct price, and the correct price isn't a giveaway price, it's a fair price. Auto Trader is the biggest player advertising vehicles, and they have a barometer on every advert, and you really want to be in good to fair. Anything more than that on their marketing, their price marketing barometer, you're not going to get a phone call. You'll be looking at it from now until the end of the year. You know, it's my business, it's my job, it's how I pay my mortgage. I need to get cars sold. So if this client said to me, well, I want 40,000, I'd say, well, you better get it advertised yourself, because that's just a waste of advertising money as far as I'm concerned. You know, it needs to be correct. And with this spec and the mileage that's on this car, the competition pack is a massive thing. 33,500 is about right, but just leaves a little bit of negotiation room as well. And I'll explain that to them. But that's the car all packed up, pre-delivery inspected, new pads if we've got to do that. Any outstanding work above the service that's just been done, that all has to be done before I hand the new owner keys. And that's how it should be. It's how I was taught from a young kid, and it's how I've retained clients all of my life. And in this tough old period that we've been going through, the old clients keep you going. They come back and you go again and again and again. This client here is not an old client, but he is a recommendation from a client that I've had for many years. Doesn't like the trade price that he's been offered. I can get him more than that. He benefits, I benefit, but we must make sure the car's exactly tip top before it goes. And then a valet and just presenting the car. But that's it. But thank you very much for listening, tuning in again, and you know, hopefully you like it, and you'll give me a like, and hopefully you'll subscribe, and we'll do some more in the future. But thank you very much for watching this video again.